Elliotte Friedman, our NHL Network insider, joining us right now. Elliotte, great to see you. Big news today with the Sens forfeiting that first-round draft pick, as we just heard. How did the league come to this determination?
Well, Jameson, they've been looking into it for quite some time. Initially, I don't think that I didn't think anyone expected this to go very far, but I think the two teams were really upset, Vegas and Anaheim. Vegas, because people assumed that they were at fault. They blamed them for being the guilty party. Also, Vegas went through some situations where people felt that maybe they weren't handling things properly in the way they were dealing with players and other teams. And they felt that they did nothing wrong here, and they pushed back against that narrative very hard. And they wanted it to be made very clear that they were not the ones responsible for this. Anaheim, I think, was upset, Jameson, because if you remember what this trade was supposed to include, it was supposed to include a conditional second-round draft pick. So the Ducks wanted were upset that they lost the pick, and they wanted that known. And that's kind of where we ended up where we are. I had to say I was shocked at the first round punishment. I didn't think I would see that. I do think it's very heavy for an owner who wasn't owning the team at the time. And I'm curious to see if there's any chance somewhere down the road, like it was with New Jersey and Ilya Kovalchuk, that penalty is kind of taken away a little bit. We'll see where this goes. But one of the things a couple people said to me, Jameson, is that because I asked around, I said, why do you think it was a first rounder? And what a couple people said to me was, if for a punishment to be that heavy, when the NHL began investigating, they felt somebody wasn't fully transparent with them. That's what they felt.
Well, that obviously played a role in Pierre Dorion's resignation today. Was that the only reason, or was there other stuff kind of compiling up?
No, I think that was the only reason for the timing. I do think there was a chance, Jameson, that Pierre Dorion was not going to be the GM of the Ottawa Senators long term, but I don't believe the Ottawa Senators had any desire to do that now. I think I think he was someone they were prepared to go through the year and just kind of see how it was all going to work out. If you take a look at the owner, Mike Andlauer, he just came from Montreal, where they have like a two-headed management team at the top with Jeff Gorton and Kent Hughes. And I think that Andlauer liked the way that worked in Montreal, so he was prepared to see how Staios and Dorion worked. I don't think they have an immediate successor planned. I think they're going to kind of see where the search takes them. And, I think they could potentially add someone with experience to their front office if Staios deems it necessary. But I don't believe anything else but this was the reason for the timing of the move today.
All right, you mentioned Steve Staios. He's named Ottawa's interim GM, at least for the time being. What does that mean for the Sens now moving forward?
Well, I think one of the key things today was asked about DJ Smith, the head coach, and it wasn't like the vote of, the vote of confidence, but what he did say was he liked where the team was going, and he thinks it's better than it's shown. Like, nothing Staios said today indicated to me that DJ Smith was in any trouble. I think he'll continue to look over some things right now and run the organization. Like I said, I do think it's possible they look to bring in with someone a bit more with a bit more of experience, and then I think they'll begin a search at some point in time. I think the most challenging thing about now, Jameson, is other teams might not be so willing to give up important people in their organization during the season. Peter Chiarelli's name has been mentioned here. He's in St. Louis. Mike Andlauer has a bit of a history with Matthew Darche, who's in Tampa Bay. A few people said today they wondered if a guy like Jason Spezza would be big on Ottawa's radar, and it makes sense because he played there. But I just don't know how many of those people would be available during the season. And because of the way this all unfolded, I don't think Ottawa wants to rush to do anything that they might, or at least rush the process.
All right, we'll have to see how it plays out both on and off the ice this season in Ottawa. Elliotte, we appreciate the latest. We'll talk to you down the road.
All right, Jameson, take care, guys. And remember, Bill and Kevin, if you're not overreacting in the first month of the season, what's the point of being on television?
Well said. Print the T-shirts right now.